Good morning, it's Monday. Monday is my favourite day of the week. It's my non-NHS working day, which means I get to focus on my yoga stuff and housework and all the 75 million other jobs that I have to do in the 6 hours before the school pick up. So I've done all my Monday morning stuff. The two youngest children are at school. The dog has been walked. I've had my breakfast. I'm meeting my dad and stepmom for lunch shortly, and got a few other boring little jobs to do. So I'll pick up some more dog and cat food, need to get bread and milk, blah, 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 standard sort of stuff. And then by the time I've done all of that, it will be time to collect Isaac, my 9-year-old, from school. And then we start with the whole tea time debacle, feeding, bathing, homework, reading, bed, etc., etc. And then we roll into Tuesday, which is my Monday, and I start working at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's a shorter day on a Tuesday, but I normally do it till 4:30. Anyway, don't know why I'm telling you all of this. It's probably really boring stuff. But welcome to Monday. I have recorded a short and sweet standing yoga class, which we'll go to in a minute. So we're not even coming down to the ground for this one. It's when you haven't got a great deal of time, you really want to get your body moving. It was filmed last week. It was really, really cold last week. So it's all about building that internal fire, keeping that movement going. So anyway, I hope you enjoy, and I shall catch up with you soon. Bye. So we're going to start this practice standing, and we're going to be starting at the top of our mat. So we'll come and stand at the top of our mat. We're going to find Tadasana. We're going to find mountain pose. So standing on our own 2 feet. So we want to lift the toes, see if we can create some space in between the toes. Extra points if you can put each toe down one by one. I can't. Ground through all 4 corners of both feet, grounding into the earth, rooting down, and then lengthening up through the back of the body. We're going to take the shoulders all the way up to the ears, give them a really big squeeze, and then with an exhale, allow the shoulders to roll back and down. Palms are facing forwards. Fingers are energetically engaged. We want our chin parallel to the ground or very slightly tucked, depending on what feels right for you. So while we stand here, we'll take a moment to find some stillness. Noticing how we feel in this moment. Perhaps this is the first time we've found some stillness today. We're not very good at finding stillness, are we? We're not very good at resting. Noticing any sensations that we might be able to feel, any tension, any tightness. My hot spots are the shoulders and the neck. That might be the same for you. It might be the hips, it might be somewhere else. We'll take a moment to check in, see how we feel today, knowing that however we feel is always welcome. And allow our awareness to land on our breath. Simply noticing the in-breath, the out-breath. Where does your breath land as you breathe in? And then it may be that now that we've brought our awareness, we're consciously breathing, it may be that our breath has started to naturally lengthen. Let that breath in. Taking each breath all the way to the base of the spine. And slowly releasing. Full breaths in. and soft breaths out. If you're working with a Sankalpa, now would be a lovely time to remind yourself of what that is. My Sankalpa for winter is I allow myself to rest. I am resting. I am finding stillness. And then with your next in-breath, we'll sweep the hands all the way up. Bring the hands to Anjali Mudra, finding some balance. Take the gaze to the thumbs if the neck allows. Lifting through the sides of the waist, keeping the shoulders nice and soft. As we exhale, we want to bring our hands to heart center. Inhaling, sweeping the hands all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center, forward fold. Keep a bend in those knees. The focus is the spine rather than the hamstrings. As we breathe in, visualize taking the breath to the base of the spine. And as we breathe out, allow the spine to lengthen, soften through the back of the neck. I bet every one of us can allow the neck to release, even if it's just by 1%. So as we inhale, we want to find our halfway lift. We want to lengthen through the spine from the sitting bones to the crown of the head. We want to lengthen through the legs, but not locking the knees, pulling in that lower tummy. Option to bring the hands to the shins. That also works, that's perfect. And as we exhale, we want to melt into our forward fold. Bend those knees. Heavy head. And then as we inhale, we sweep the hands all the way up. Take the gaze to the thumbs, lifting through the waist, shoulders soft. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lovely. We're going to keep this going, keep moving, building our internal fire. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center, forward fold. Inhaling into our halfway lift. Exhaling, forward folding. Inhaling, sweeping the arms all the way up, gaze to the thumbs. Taking hold of the left wrist with the right hand. As we exhale, we find a little side bend. Breathing into the left side of the body. Inhale, center, swap those hands over, so left hand around the right wrist. As we exhale, we find that little side bend. Inhaling, coming back to center. We're going to bring the hands behind us, interlace the fingers. See if we can get the palms together. Maybe we can get the elbows towards each other. Bring the shoulder blades. As we breathe in, we lift the heart. And then as we exhale, we're going to bend through the knees, pivot from the hips. See if we can find a forward fold. Find your drishti, help with balance. Lovely. Then as we inhale, we're going to come all the way back up. Release those hands. Give the shoulders a little bit of a roll out. Lovely. And then coming back into our Tadasana. As we inhale, we sweep the hands up, take the gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, we're going to ground through this left foot. And with the inhale, we're going to sweep this right knee up, using the core to keep your balance. And as we exhale, we're going to see if we can send this right leg back, embracing all the wobbles, and land in a high lunge. Once you've landed, please feel free to make any tweaks to where your feet are to make this more comfortable. What we're looking for here is a nice bend in this left knee. We're looking for a straight back leg, but we're not locking that knee. We don't want to cause any injuries, any strains, and we're pushing energetically into that back heel. So heel is obviously lifted, but we're pushing down through the heel, lifting up nice and central through the spine, so we're not coming forward, we're not bending back, we're nice and central. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And then we're going to come into a twist from here. So we want to send the left hand forward, right hand back, take the gaze to the thumb on the right hand. Just keep an eye on this knee because it might want to start to straighten. Keeping that core pulled in nice and tight, breathing here. And then with an inhale, we're going to sweep those hands all the way back up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. We're going to lock this back foot about 45 degrees, Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1 position. From here, with an inhale, we want to sweep the arms up, lifting through the waist, shoulders soft. As we exhale, we want to bring our hands behind us, interlace the fingers, bring the palms together. See if we can get those elbows towards each other, shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, keeping that core nice and tight. See if we can find our humble warrior. So we're looking to get that left shoulder towards the inside of the left knee. Now, I absolutely understand your humble warrior might be here. And that is absolutely perfect. A few full breaths in, soft breaths out here. And then when you're ready with an inhale, we're going to start to lift up with control. Release the hands, give the shoulders a little bit of a roll out. Lovely. From here, bring the hands back to heart center just to help with balance. We're going to heel toe this front foot into the center of the mat. We're going to send this back foot, sorry, I am now aware that I've got my back to you. We're going to send this back foot parallel with the back of the mat. We want to find that heel to arch alignment. We want a nice bend in this left knee. We want a straight back leg, right leg, no locking of the knees, and pressing into the outer edge of that right foot. We want to have our hips aligned with the long length of your mat, lifting up nice and tall. So again, making sure we're not bending one way or the other. We want to be nice and neutral. Bring the arms up to shoulder height. Take the gaze over the middle finger on the left hand. As we breathe in, we're looking to lift and lengthen. And as we breathe out, we're looking to find that effortlessness, that softness. Always exploring what little tweaks can you make to make this pose work even better for you. Then we're going to flip over this front hand. Inhale, reverse warrior. So right hand, right leg. Left fingertips up to the sky or overhead if that's available. Breathing here, breathing into the left side of the body. With your exhale, we're going to come into our extended side angle. So option to pop the left forearm on the left thigh. We want to make sure we're just touching. We're not going, oh gosh, thank goodness for that. We're lifting, and this right hand goes up to the sky or overhead, or it may be that you prefer to bring the hand down to the ground. Inhale, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, and then we're going to straighten that front leg. Phew. Inhale, lean forward with the left fingertips. Exhale, Trikonasana. So again, it doesn't matter how far to the ground you are. It's more about having the shoulders stacked one on top of each other and the opening through the chest, through the heart. Exhale, bring that right hand down to the ground, frame the left foot. We're going to step forward, come into our forward fold. Inhale into a halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, sweeping the hands all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lovely. Take a little bit of a reset, give the legs and arms a little bit of a shake, and then we'll find ourselves back in our Tadasana. We're going to repeat that on the other side. So Tadasana, space between the toes, grounding and rooting into the earth, lengthening through the back of the body. We want the shoulders nice and soft, the heart open, the chin not reaching up towards the sky, either parallel to the ground or very slightly tucked. And then with an inhale, sweep the hands all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. This time we're going to ground through the right foot. Inhale, bring the left knee to the chest using the core. Exhaling, sending that foot back, finding our high lunge. Coming onto the tiptoes, make any adjustments that you might need to make. Big bend in this right knee. Straighten without locking the knee through the left, pushing into that left heel. Lifting through the body, through the sides of the waist, keeping those shoulders low. Inhale, sweep the hands up. We're going to find that twist. So we want to send our left hand forward, right hand back, take the gaze to the right thumb. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way back. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to lock this left foot 45 degrees, Virabhadrasana 1. Hips are still pointing forwards. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, hands behind us, interlace the fingers. See if we can bring the palms together, elbows, shoulders. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, humble warrior. Full breaths in. Soft breaths out. Inhale, coming all the way up, unraveling the hands. Bring the hands back to heart center to help with balance. Then we're going to heel toe this right foot into center. We're going to send this back foot parallel with the back of the mat. You might need to widen the stance. We want to shift the hips so they're parallel with the long edge of the mat. Make sure this front knee doesn't roll in. Mine likes to try and roll in. We want to see our big toe as a minimum. And then when we're ready, we'll bring the arms up to shoulder height. Take the gaze over the middle finger on the right. Lifting and lengthening with the breath in. Softening and surrendering with the breath out. And then we're going to flip over this front hand. Inhale, reverse warrior. Breathing into the side of the body. Exhale, extended side angle. Option to come to the thigh or the ground. Both are perfect. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten this front leg. Inhale, lean forward with the right fingertips. Exhale, Trikonasana. Gaze can be up or down, depends on what your neck prefers. Exhale, bring that left hand down to the ground, frame the foot. We're going to step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment here, acknowledging how you feel. Hopefully we're feeling a little bit warmer. I certainly am with this fire. Noticing any sensations that we might be able to feel. bringing our awareness to the breath, allowing the breath to slow down if it's got a little bit fast, reminding ourselves of our sankalpa. I am resting, I am slowing down. Allowing the breath to deepen, each breath getting a little bit slower, a little bit deeper. Keeping the out breath about equal in length. Taking a moment to thank yourself for carving this time out to spend just on you. Hopefully we're feeling a little bit warmer on this very, very cold midwinter day. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, share, leave a comment, all the YouTubey things that one does. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.